What is up, world? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast. And Colin Coward makes some interesting points on how Colin Clark has been compared to Michael Jordan. As you guys know, Michael Jordan was a phenom. In comparison, he was something like Colin Clark. Took the league by storm. The officiating was not there. And I have made videos about the officiating when it comes to Colin Clark. And I do not think that this injury is from wear and tear. I think that this injury is from the physicality. And based off what Colin Coward had to say, guys, is some interesting points. Now, guys, based off of this headline here, it says Colin Coward compares Colin Clark to 80s Michael Jordan. The officials are letting stuff go that feels inappropriate. Now, before we get into what Colin Coward had to say, let's realize the levels this officiating problem, not only for Colin Clark, but my God, for the whole WNBA, mainly Colin Clark. Let me be honest. This has reached national radio, guys. Colin Coward, if you guys don't know, I'm a huge Colin Coward fan. This guy does not mince his words. He's almost, for the right reasons, accurate when he wants to be. But this guy has obviously been in the industry a long time over there at Fox Sports. He used to be at ESPN. But you guys go do your research on who Colin Coward is if you do not know, what he has to offer, and the things that he talks about often sometimes are a bit uncomfortable. But I like when people can keep it traditional in broadcasting and they can shoot it to you straight. And you guys have to think about what had to happen in order for the league to grow. Yes, they had to cape up and create the MJ rules, just like they're going to have to cape up and create the Colin Clark rules. Listen to what he had to say, and we're going to come back here and react.
So I've compared her to Michael Jordan, not stylistically, obviously, but in merchandise sales, kind of a dynastic TV rating changer. And in year one, like, you just were like, wow, nobody plays like that. And then in year two, Michael Jordan got hurt. And then in year two for Colin Clark, she's getting banged up and hurt. Why did MJ always get hurt early? Because they were tackling him. Nobody knew how to stop him.
So far, so good, right? What's happening with Colin Clark? Why is the officiating so freaking different when it comes to Colin Clark? Stephanie White said it herself when she was coaching the Connecticut Sun. She said that the officiating towards Colin Clark was drastically different from the rest of the women in the WNBA. Now that she's the Indiana Fever's head coach, which in my opinion, she's in over her head clear as day. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's just there for the check at this point. I'll be darned, she's seeing the same thing. You would think that Kathy Engelbert, who for the life of me, I don't know if she's in fear of these women in the WNBA. I don't know if she's in fear of the backlash from them, the WNBA, who honestly needs Colin Clark. I will be making a video about that. I don't know if she's in fear of the backlash from being called racist for caping up to save Colin Clark. What I do know is Kathy Engelbert and the officiating of the WNBA is only ruining what Colin Clark is trying to build. I mean, my God, it's like Colin Clark built a 20-foot wall and day by day is getting torn down by the officiating and Kathy Engelbert. Oh, and by the way, how are you guys going to do with Colin Clark being out for the All-Star break? Everything happens for a reason. Seriously, like, I hope, they're saying that they're going to boycott the WNBA All-Star game if Colin Clark is not there. I sincerely hope that that is exactly what happens, because they certainly have caused a lot of this on themselves. But I'll let Colin Coward keep cooking.
The WNBA officiating is just changed. Like, it was always a physical league. Now it's insane. So last night she gets hurt again, and she's in a shooting slump. And I think a lot of it is she's banged up in year two, like Michael Jordan. And Michael was fighting to come back, and she's fighting to come back, and she re-injured a groin. So she's still scoring and still a team leader and assists, but she's been banged up. And, by the way, her brother went to social media last night. No lies told.
Now, guys, Colin Clark, who is Colin Clark's brother, did post this, and immediately he took it down. I'm assuming that he probably didn't want any backlash, or maybe his family and or Colin Clark didn't want him to be under fire here. But he indeed tweeted this. Make no mistake, this is on the reffing. And you got to understand the frustration. I mean, think about the restraint that Colin has to have, that her parents have to see, their baby girl, who is such a generational talent, a godsend to this league, go through this on the nightly basis, bro. I mean, it makes no sense. Seriously. And you got the officials. You have terrible officiating in a league where the WNBA commissioner is in over her head. I mean, if they're not careful, man, I just won't be surprised if Colin Clark at least asks for a trade. I mean, between me and you, the way that, Coach White is coaching her, the locker room is split. There are teams out there who will give an arm and a leg to possess anything close to a Colin Clark. And here you guys have the whole league itself in the Indiana Fever fumbling this young lady.
So she's probably hurt again. And again, it has an MJ feel. Rocket to the moon, year 2, a lot of physicality allowed, injuries. Nobody quite knows how to defend her. The Pistons are picking on, the Celtics are picking on MJ, who's dropping 50, and Caitlin Clark now is alienating some of the players.
Now, what did the NBA do to make sure that their most prized possession, who took not only the league by storm, but the world by storm, what did the NBA do? The NBA created the Jordan rules. Everyone knows this. The bad boy Pistons, Celtics, were whipping MJ's ass. Now, he did not give up a lot like Colin Clark. He took his licks. He took his bruises like Colin Clark. He took the humility, the scrutiny like Colin Clark. Maybe in year 3, the WNBA will wake the fuck up and realize what they have. Seriously, you guys have something that's even bigger than what Michael Jordan was in the beginning. Michael Jordan didn't have this type of clout. It was similar, but it wasn't social media driven. The buzz about MJ got around, but it was through newspapers. It was through the live broadcasting. It was through the same basic television networks or 4 or 5 TV channels that were on TV back then. You have the whole world who knows who Colin Clark is. People from all over wearing her jerseys. And let's not forget what's happening right now as these Colin Clark fans are pouring from all over into one place, and they're not going to be able to see her this weekend in the WNBA All-Star game. Way to go. Way to go. So it looks like to me that if the WNBA was smart, they would create some type of Colin Clark rules. Now, in time, these rules will be applicable to all of the players. But as for now, to get the league off of the ground, right? Colin Clark is just in right now. We are not interested in anyone else. Not Kelsey Plum, not Asia Wilson, not Angel Reese, Nafisia Collar, Sabrina Anusku. We're not. Okay? We are not. The casual fans have come to this game for Colin Clark. And that's who people want to see. So you guys let me know what y'all think about Colin Coward's take here. Do you see any comparison with MJ and Colin Clark here? Do they need to create some Colin Clark rules so that the officiating can catch up and adjust to what's to transpire? Let me know, guys, in the comment section like you often do. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not. Also, hit that like, share, notification bell for more future content. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.